Hey Believers, this is SuperZomGBBQ, and today we're going to be talking about PCC because it literally has just been fully announced. There's been kind of rumours going around, WWE SuperCard tweeting out tweets from other WWE superstars or NXT superstars. We do have ourselves no Divas PCC. We do have ourselves an NXT PCC, which a lot of people are a bit surprised about. People were expecting a Divas PCC where you're going to be having the Diva of the tier, which was happened in the last two tiers. It was almost kind of like a guarantee as such, which I know it sounds crazy, but it was almost like a guarantee that was going to happen. And they decided not to. They've actually gone for an NXT-based PCC between Samoa Joe and Ty Dillinger, the Perfect 10. Now, personally, I think it's a massive missed opportunity. But also, I'm really excited for Ty Dillinger to get his first card and for Samoa Joe to actually be taken seriously. They already said a while ago that Samoa Joe was going to get a card. It was actually a statement that Samoa Joe actually made when the WrestleMania tier got released. There was a bit in the insert for his paragraph for saying when he visited 2K Games in Cat Daddy, and we spoke about this before on the channel, that Samoa Joe at some point was going to get a card. It was almost a matter of time. However, didn't expect it to be this, especially with Ty Dillinger as his opponent, and I'm going to show you guys the card right now. Now, let me know before I show you the stats what card you're most likely to go through, because me personally, I'm going to go for, if I was just looking at the cards, I would go for Samoa Joe. Now, the reason I go for Samoa Joe, because I know that he's a left arrow, and from the images I've seen, Ty Dillinger is a right arrow. But then we delve into what I have previously criticised before, the undercard. But let's talk about the cards themselves first, and let's start talking about Samoa Joe and Ty Dillinger on their own. Now, Samoa Joe is a great card in power. He's a great card in speed-ish, if you haven't got any other cards. But realistically speaking, he is bar none a tag card. That's what he's there for. He is going to be the card that's going to link all your event cards together that are right arrows, whether it's that Money in the Bank Seth Rollins, whether it's the normal Seth Rollins, whether it's Sami Zayn, whether it's AJ Styles, whether it's a Silver Star Dean Ambrose. Oops. But the card looks decent, but let's be real. It's until fusions come out, if they come out, this card is going to be used for one reason and one reason only, and that's going to be tags. So let's talk about Ty Dillinger. Now, the good thing about Ty Dillinger is that he does have, thankfully, the first power and charisma card. He also has, I believe, the majority of the undercard behind him. Power, toughness, speed, charisma. I'm going to be going for Joe. Let me know who you're going through in the comment section and below. And the reason I want to get Joe is to get that final tag and potentially just basically complete the King of the Rings, which would signal to me that we're going to get some kind of up or down arrow in the next event, or maybe even a Diva, potentially even fusions. Who knows at this point? But if we do get Joe, I would not be surprised to see fusions come out literally the same weekend that his left arrow comes out. But we might not even get fusions. Who knows? It's just not confirmed. And I said about this in my season 2, ending video, which is at the future of season 2 for WWE SuperCard. And for me personally, I thought that this wasn't going to happen. We were going to have a Divas PCC. It's going to be Sasha versus Charlotte. Maybe they just do a Sasha RD on its own. Maybe they just put one of them into the WrestleMania fusions, although it's highly unlikely. Or they do a PCC in 4 weeks' time, which has those in them anyway. But I would say that's unlikely, especially with the end of the tier coming up. But who knows at this point. Stats look good on Ty Dillinger. He basically 2 stats everyone. He's got the highest level of charisma in the game, above Nakamura. I believe overall he's better Nakamura actually in 3 stats, if I'm not wrong. I don't believe he gets 3 statted by anyone. He might possibly by AJ Styles, I'm not sure, but we'll find that out. Actually, don't think he does, but whatever. Samoa Joe, on the other hand, if we're taking comparisons, great card, but doesn't free stat anyone, but does get free statted by Sami Zayn of all cards, which is quite strange. I also think potentially Dolph Ziggler as well free stats him, but I'm not sure. Anyway, the only reason Samoa Joe's there is kind of like Daniel Bryan from Survivor Tier, if you guys remember that card. His card wasn't great. In fact, it was pretty garbage. But it was there specifically for one thing only, the tag. And that's it. Now we go to the undercard, and I've said this before, I'm not going to rant about it any more than just mentioning it one more time. Details going to show up and flash on the screen right now. My PCC is broken video, and it's still broken just because it's one event away, and we're talking about Joe and Dillinger instead of Corbin and Ziggler. It's still broken. The undercard is still going to decide this PCC, which doesn't make me happy at all. PCC should be rewarded based on the amount of points that both sides have. So it's actually based on the amount of games you win and the points you get per game. That may be hard to do, but if they're not going to do that, need to do something very, very, very similar, or have the weighting. Maybe you get 3 wins for going for Samoa Joe, for example, if you're in that ranking set area. Maybe tier it between who's going to be in what tiers at, or what set of rewards at what time. I don't know. I'll let the guys at WWE SuperCard fix that issue. But the fact of the matter is that if you're doing a +10, you should not be having the same effect as a guy's doing a +1. It's just my opinion, the way personally things should go. It should be based on points, not on games played. Just my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and let me know after you've seen the cards, the stats, which ones you're going to be going for, whether it is the perfect 10 Ty Dillinger. And yes, I know that across the entire weekend I will have guys with other titles on during PCC saying that they got a perfect 10 pointer. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. The serious side, those guys, I'm going to be streaming a lot during the next 2 days for this PCC, so feel free to join me on Twitch. Details in the description below. We're going to go to the undercard now. The undercard's very interesting. The reason why the undercard is interesting is because AJ Styles is in. Now, AJ Styles, if you were previously playing WrestleMania in WrestleMania tier for TD and then that infamous Road to Glory, AJ Styles is going to whoop John Cena's ass, because those who didn't get AJ Styles are now going to go get him, which obviously is going to be, you know, it's just going to swing it completely in his favour. John Cena, whilst he'll have the kids vote, and whilst obviously he's going to have anyone else who has already got AJ Styles, or anyone going for the top 10's probable vote, John Cena's only actually been a reward for Teams PCC. So, and I wouldn't be surprised if John Cena loses this and it goes to Samoa Joe, if he's the next reward in either Teams PCC or something very similar. Maybe the Teams Road to Glory, or RD, sorry, this will be the next one that comes up if it's not Teams PCC. The supports are garbage, so let's just move on from there. Let's talk about the Survivors. Survivor cards. Stardust has been a reward for in a Survivor. I think it was a team event recently, so I would not be surprised if that also boosts it in Dillinger's favour. Devon Dudley has been a reward since Teams PCC in the beginning of Survivor tier in Season 2. Let's move down to Legendary card. This is where it gets a little bit more interesting, a bit more on Ty Dillinger's side, if I'm going to be honest. And that is where you get Dolph Ziggler show up for Ty Dillinger and Booker T. Now, Booker T is the better card, but I can understand people going for Ziggler because Ziggler has been in any previous events, whereas Booker T has only been the reward. And I believe potentially, there's not been a login bonus, but he has been a reward in quite a few ring dominations. But I don't think he's been a reward for an event for quite a while, so I'm not sure people are going to want him that much. The epic being Sheamus down here, as I'll show you in a second, versus Daniel Bryan. People might go for Daniel Bryan because he has been an event card in a couple of times, but Sheamus has been literally an epic card in pretty much most ring dominations that have ever taken place in Season 2. So, yeah, basically I would highly expect that Sheamus is going to make a pro for a lot of people. The most rigged one is going to be at the lower of the tiers, though, and that's going to be The Miz. Why is that rigged? Because The Miz is this month's login bonus for the Ultra Rare, and that's coming up very, very, very soon. So I would not be surprised if you had a couple of the lower guys who were just trying to push on and start playing the game now, get a couple of cards before the next season comes in, going for that card as well. Now you've seen that, let me know who you think is going to win in the comment section below. Do you think that PCC should be based off of points and not off of wins? Again, let me know in the comment section below. And also, most importantly, Are you one of the people who's going to be going for Samoa Joe because of the left arrow, or are you going for Ty Dillinger? I can give you two contrasting opinions. Biggie Dude already said he wants to go for Samoa Joe. So if you support Biggie Dude, now I'm just going to quote Team Biggie Dude versus Team Kill Moose Kill. Kill Moose Kill has already said he's going to go for Ty Dillinger. Moose versus Biggie Dude, choose your side in the comment section below. That would be awesome. That's actually probably a funny way of putting it. Team Moose versus Team Big. And I'll actually link the videos in for Biggie Dude saying he's going to be going for the PCC card. Because if Joe wins and he doesn't go for it, he's got a lot to answer for. Dude, come on. Side support to them. I'm personally going to be going just for whatever the event card is, and that's it. I've got a very busy weekend coming up. You guys may know if you go onto Twitch in the next couple of days the reasons why for that, but I'll leave that off this YouTube video. Anyway, let me know in the comment section below what you're going for, if anything makes a pro for you, and why you're going for the other cards, and also if you are going to be going for any of the cards specifically because of previous events, etc. And if someone could just correct me whether Stardust has been in an event beforehand, that'd be amazing. But that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in stream tomorrow. As mentioned earlier on, details in the description below. Also remember to follow me on Instagram and on Twitter as well. And remember those most all-important like and subscribe buttons. Why? Shares it on, because not everyone silver stars an event card every so often. But, you know, it happens and people don't like that because they don't remember that this is just a game where you have to be mad. Anyway, this video is over! And I'll see you guys on the flip side. One last thing, as always, because you know it's coming. Sleep!